start with 2 in a little while because we're doing a little bit of kneeling. But I'll just say hello to everybody at home. Welcome everybody. We've just turned the lights off, so we've got a nice natural light. If you're at home doing this, very good evening to you. Hope you're all well. We're going to lie down for a few minutes, and I always call it arriving in the space. A little breath space, a couple of minutes, just really, if you've been busy, this may be the quietest you've been all day. So I say luxuriating it. Just take a moment to tuck your chin in if you're lying down. Have the arms, if you wish to, by the sides of the body with the palms facing up. And then with the chin tucked in, just make sure you're comfortable for the next few minutes. Now, if your low back hurts while lying down, some people prefer to bend the knees and just push the low back into the floor with knees bent. So that's always an option. So we're going to finish this class at past, so we've got just under an hour. Let's just take 5 slow breaths, yogis. 5 slow breaths in your own time. Just letting your breath and your body have a moment to arrive in the space. Just let your body have a moment to be quiet and still. Yeah, bend your knees if it's more comfortable for your low back. So just 1 or 2 more deep breaths in your own time. So 1 more deep breath in and out together here. Breathing in, and a nice deep releasing breath out. We're going to start to gently move our fingers and our toes. Just give them a gentle wiggle and stretch, fingers and toes. Again, it's maybe the first time you've stretched into your fingers and toes all day, particularly the toes. It's easy to forget all the way down to the toes. And then just make a loose fist with your hands and just make some little rotations with your wrists and ankles. I call it untying the knots. So joints of the hands, and particularly again down all the way down into the ankles, they can get tight if you've had long periods of sitting or standing today. A few little rotations, that's it, in both directions with the wrists and ankles. All the while we're breathing evenly, either through nostrils or through the mouth if easier. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is what we call the banana stretch, and it's a really nice bendy stretch for our whole body. But before you do that, just take the arms overhead. Oh, stretch the arms, bring the legs together and flex the toes towards you. Push your heels away. And just enjoy that lovely long reach through the body. Stretching, take a nice, deep, full breath. Breathe into the whole body. Whole body. That's it. 1 more full breath in. And let's exhale and just gently float those arms back down to the sides when you're ready. That's it. So, no rush, and again, take care if you've got low back issues with any of the stretches I give you tonight. But the banana stretch is sort of making this curve-like shape with the body, like a bendy banana. And we do it on the floor so our back is fully supported by the floor. So we're going to keep the legs together, and I'll talk you through this, yogis, at home and here in the studio. We're going to raise the arms again over our head, and we're going to just sort of bring the right thumb and the index finger and wrap it around the left wrist. So you encircle the fingers of the right hand around the left wrist, but bend the elbows and leave the arms on the floor. That's it. Okay, now we're going to bend to our right like a banana shape. Very gently take your arms like a banana over to the right. That's it. Now push the toes towards you at both feet, heels pushed away. Imagine you're trying to curve like the shape of a bendy banana. Make sure you're not straining your back. Relax the head and neck, looking towards the ceiling. And just hold that stretch as you breathe for at least four deep breaths. And this is known as bendy banana. Really nice way just to stretch and lengthen the side body. It's a delicious stretch for the side. Ease off a little if it's feeling too strong for your low back. Make sure you're not pinching that low back. Let's enjoy another 2 deep breaths here, yogis, together. Breathing in. Do bend the elbows a little if you need to. Make sure you're not straining your upper shoulders and your low back. Brilliant. One more full breath in. Now we're going to exhale, come back to the center. Now we're going to encircle the left wrist, okay, the opposite wrist, and we're going to bend to the right now, coming over. Again, push the toes away, the heels, pushing away toes towards you. Now you're lengthening in the opposite direction. Good. Anybody notice one side feels easier than the other? Yeah. Again, keep the elbows bent. Just stretch as far as you can without straining. And I want you to guide the breath into those side ribs. This is a fantastic way to open up what we call the intercostal muscles in between each rib. And it's not an area we stretch, particularly if, again, we're hunched over in the day, desk, or perhaps looking after children, or driving. So this is a beautiful stretch, and I want you to just enjoy 2 or 3 more deep breaths into your side ribs. Create space there as much as you can. I love this name, the bendy banana pose. Again, ease off if your low back feels a little bit pinched. Take one more full breath in. And as you exhale, come back to the center. Well done. Release the arms slowly back down to the sides. And then just turn the palms uppermost. Let the feet fall out. Let the side body just rest for a moment. Can you notice the sides feeling longer? Or just more space in your rib cage? And just rest there. Take a deep breath in and out. Enjoy the rest. Be aware of the sensations in the side ribs. Okay, now we're going to go back to just the left side and do a little bit whilst we're here on the floor. So can I ask you to hug your right knee in towards your chest, yogis, the right knee, and leave your left leg straight on the floor. So just hug the right knee in towards the chest. Now I want you to stretch that left leg along the floor if you can. Imagine pushing the left foot against an imaginary wall. Flex the toes towards you, push both heels away. And this is great for our spine, it's great for our posture. Now I'm going to raise that right leg all the way towards the ceiling and hold on to the back of the knee or thigh. So what we're doing is strengthening and stretching our hamstrings here. So holding on to the back of the right knee or thigh. I want you just to flex those toes backwards and forwards of the right foot. Flex the foot 6 times. Nice and slowly. Get a lovely stretch in that foot. Once more, backwards and forwards. Lovely. Now, holding on to the leg, we're going to bring our nose to our knee as we inhale. Bring the nose towards the knee. Exhale with care, take the head back. 6 of those, yogis. Inhale, bring the nose to the knee. Doesn't matter how far you come, that's it. Exhale and lower. 4 more for you. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out. The reason we do this, not only are we strengthening and lengthening the hamstring. This is great for low backs, and it's excellent for strengthening your neck. And bearing in mind our neck carries around the weight of a bowling ball head each day, it's good to strengthen our neck. Let's try one more. Inhale, and then as you exhale, just take the head back down, hug that knee back into your chest for me, and then release it down to the floor, and let the heel of the right foot flop out. Just let the leg go, let the foot go. Notice if the right leg goes any longer. Okay, just a lovely way to lengthen. I'm going to do the other side now. So we're going to hug the left knee into the chest. I'm just going to pop a light on Yogi so people at home can see me do this as well. It's a bit dark in the room. Now, anyone notice in the studio at all? One leg feels easier to hug in? Yeah, okay, so again, our legs may have slightly different left and right differences, and that's normal. We've got a body that's lived in, so left and right may feel different. Just observe that as you take a deep breath in. Imagine pushing both heels away from you, the toes towards you, flex the feet. Take a breath in and raise that left leg towards the ceiling now. Again, if you can, hold on to the back of the knee or thigh, wherever feels comfortable, of the left leg so you support it. And gently start to flex the foot backwards and forwards gently. And again, if you find that is a little bit strong, ease off. You only have to do that between 3 and 6 times if you can. Lovely. And when you've done that 3 or 6 times, keep the foot relatively still. We're still holding on to the leg. Let's inhale, use our abdominals and bring the nose to the knee. Exhale, we lower 6 of those if we can, yogis. Breathing in, bring the nose towards the knee. And please don't worry if it doesn't come far. That's not the aim. The aim is to strengthen your hamstrings and strengthen the neck and work our abdominals gently. Breathing in, we come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, we come up. 6 of those if you can, yogis. Stop if there's any discomfort, remember. Let's use the breath wisely, so we inhale as we come up, exhale as we lower. And then again, simply hug the knee into the chest and carefully release it back down to the floor. And just let the left heel fall out now, yogis. Just take a resting breath. Have the arms by your sides, palms facing uppermost. Notice if the left leg now feels nice and long. Perhaps our pelvic region, our hips feel a little more open as well. Just take a nice resting breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, yogis. We're now going to hug our knees into the chest, and this is really good if you suffer from low back pain. Just rock gently, just to dissolve some of the tightness and the hardness in the low back. And whenever you're hugging your knees in, you're massaging all the abdominal organs as well. So it's like giving yourself a big internal hug. Just rock gently. Take a nice deep breath in and out here. And then we're going to roll onto one side and come up to sitting. Okay. And you can sit on a block if you've got one. If you haven't got one, but you've got a yoga mat, and what you could do is just roll up your yoga mat if you wanted to and sit on the edge of it. You're going to sit cross-legged. That's it. Just have something to sit on. Yeah. Those mats have all been sanitized. Yogis, if you're at home, sitting on a block or a cushion, that's it. Roll it up and just sit on it. It's going to give you a bit of padding. Brilliant. Okay. All right. And you can always bring a cushion next time if you wish to. But I've got one of these rubberized mats and they're quite good, but a cushion's great. Are we okay sitting? Just for a few minutes. This is great for opening our hips and our knees. But in yoga, if we press the hands onto the knees It's really grounding and centering. So if we've got a lot going on up here, just that movement helps push you a little further to the earth, and that can be quite just quietening. So let's sit tall and just roll the shoulders back. Neither with the eyes open or closed. Just take 2 deep breaths here. Hands on your knees, sitting tall, and just feeling a little bit more closer to the earth. Hands on our knees. We're going to turn this into a twist. So I want you to take now your right hand to your left knee, and that leaves your left hand free. We're going to take that behind us. And if I show you from the side, so you can see at home as well, it means that we can either make a tripod with those fingers or have it flat. What I want you to have a go at is turning the wrist out very slightly. And by opening the wrist, it opens the shoulder. And we want to look somewhere over that left shoulder gently. Again, take care you're not over twisting. When we twist yogis, I want you to think about twisting from your belly, chest, and finally from the throat. There's almost 3 parts to this twist. As you look over that left shoulder, just enjoy another 2 deep breaths here in this seated twist. And the arm behind you, the left arm, bring it close to your back to keep the spine as tall as you can. Good. Enjoy another deep breath in and out here, yogis. Let's inhale together now. Exhale, come back to the center. And then can I ask you to cross the legs over the other way, so crossing the ankles over the other way, and that may feel a little odd, but have a go. Left hand comes to right knee now, and that means our right hand is free to go behind us, turning the wrist out slightly to open the right shoulder, and looking somewhere over that right shoulder gently. Remember to twist from the belly, and then the chest, and finally twisting from the neck. Again, take it easy, don't over twist. Hold that for me, if you can, comfortably, for 2 more deep breaths. Breathing in. Lovely deep breath out. Inhale. And exhale gently. And then as we inhale together, let's exhale and come back to the center. Nicely done, well done. So we're going to shake those legs out, and we're going to come off our mats or our blocks and just put them to one side. We may use that again. We are going to do, if you've got delicate knees, take your block or your rolled up mat and just use that now for extra padding underneath your knee, because the surface here is hard. At home as well, pad underneath your knees if you wish to. And we come into tabletop. We're going to do some cat cows. Now this is excellent for our spines. Go gently if you've got low back issues, and it should feel pleasant. Okay, so I like to pad up because my knees feel this. If you don't have to, if you don't want to, it's just that extra bit of protection. So we're going to tuck the toes under, take the hands a little bit further forward, and think about all the fingers pointing up towards the edge of the mat. So wrists sort of underneath the shoulders here. And we like this tabletop position. We're going to exhale, tuck the chin in, pull the tummy muscles in, and very gently make this C shape with the spine. Now as you inhale, yogis, keep the arms straight, dip the spine, and gently look forwards. We're going to do 10 of those. Now 1 round is a breath in and out. So let's do 8 or 9 more. So exhale slowly, pull the tummy muscles in to engage them if you wish to. Inhale, dip the spine, forwards. Now, how fast or slow you go, up to you. Just try not to flip-flop the head, okay? So we just move to the rhythm of your breath. That may be faster or slower for some people, and that's fine, there's no rush. Perhaps closing the eyes and allowing your spine to move with the breath. Or looking forward softly if you prefer. Just remember to exhale as you arch the spine. Keep the arms nice and straight and strong. Only thing you're dipping is the side head and neck. Just keep going in your own time. No rush. If you want to slow it right down, please do so. Inhale as we look forward.
Exhale as we arch. And this improves the circulation in the spine. And also if your back sometimes feels really tight, it's a great way just to move the energy very gently to remove stiffness. But if you find it really uncomfortable, just stop. Let's do 2 more rounds together here. That's 2 more inhales, 2 more exhales slowly. Excellent. Once more in your own time. Let's go. 1 more round. Exhaling. Inhaling. And then just sit back on your heels, yogis, if you can. There's quite a lot of loading for the wrists. And just make some little rotations. Untie the knots, just unload those wrists, both directions, and just shake it out. Now the next pose we're going to do is downward dog, which is an inversion. Our head will be naturally lower than our heart. So if anybody feels a little bit dizzy, and people at home, then come out of it. But it is a wonderful way just to start really strengthening and stretching the hamstrings. Your arms get a stretch, so does your spine. So all those major limbs are going to be stretched, but we'll go into it gently. So let's do this together. Tuck the toes under, and then deliberately push your heels back a little bit so you can check that your arms are straight and you've spread the weight evenly across your hands. Just do that for me. Particularly, oh bless you.
Sorry.
That's all right. Think about the index finger, that's the one next to the thumb. It's known as the brain. It's the brain of your hand. So push that index finger, that brain into the floor. They're your foundation. Your hands and the feet. The rest of the body's up there. So just take a moment. All right, okay, we're ready. We're going to breathe in. We're going to raise our hips. We're going to keep our knees bent, but we want the feet and knees to stay apart. So don't bring the knees in if you can help it, yogis. Arms are the only thing that might be straight tonight. That's fine. Bend those knees if you need to. Now we're going to walk the dog together. We're going to pad one heel back and down as we breathe in. Pad the other heel back and down as you breathe out. If you're thinking, where do I look? Look towards your upper thighs. Doesn't matter where those heels are. Just bringing them back toward the floor as you inhale. Exhale. Arms are strong. Gaze towards the upper thighs. Breathe, yogis. Let's do 3 more. Doing really well. Don't forget to breathe. Walking the dog, padding one heel back as you inhale. Pad the other heel back as we exhale. Come back down onto all fours. Well done.
Yeah, it's strong, isn't it? You did really well. When we think about it, there's gravity from the earth coming down, and we're pushing down. It's a lot. So just shake it out again. Now we're going to do that, go back into it, but we're not staying there long. We're going to use it as a transition to come up. Again, it's warm, so take your time. If you feel a bit hot, come down. What we're going to do is we're going to go back. There we are, back into downward dog. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Then I want you to walk the hands and feet towards one another. Feet towards hands is easier, sorry. And then put a real nice deep bend in those knees, particularly if you've got low back issues. And we hang out, we cup hold of these elbows, and we're going to hang here. And this is fantastic if you're feeling tired. It's this beautiful stretch for here, these hamstrings that get tight and stubborn. Everything's hanging out. And we hold that for 5 breaths. And we're going to release, and we're going to leisurely come up. Notice my knees stay bent. That looks after my low back. I do not want to lock the knees. Come up through the spine, nice and slow. Very gently, again, because again with low back pain. How's your back? Fine, okay.
It's more my shoulders.
It's your shoulders. We're going to do thread the needle tonight. You'll like that for your shoulders. So 1 breath in downward dog. Are we ready? Let's go up together. Walk the dog, pad one heel back, yogis, and the opposite one. And then slowly, slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Remember, yogis at home as well, keep the knees bent. Let's hold on to alternate elbows. If that's too strong, alternate wrists. Bend those knees deeply. Think about the crown of the head coming towards the floor. And I want you to hang out here with me for 3 deep breaths, but do keep a bend in your knees. If your low back is quite strong, by all means straighten legs, but don't lock the knees. And let's hold this together. How much can you let go? Let the head and neck go.
Trust your body's strength and wisdom to hold you safely here. Breathe. Do keep the knees bent if you need to, remember. Good. One more deep breath in and out with me. Lovely. Now, we're going to let go of our arms, let them just dangle, chin tucked in, knees bent, roll up very slowly and leisurely. Really slowly. Keep those knees bent, take as long as you need to. Come up nice and slowly. Try not to lock the knees. Go back okay? Right there. Well done. Shake it out, yoga. It's good. The reason we come up slowly is if we came up with locked knees like this, we can really hurt here. Rise up nice and slowly. Shake it out. Right, lovely. How about a balance? Shall we look towards those lovely trees for inspiration? Yogis at home, if you've got a garden you can look at, or a little bit of greenery, hang out there now. Let's make sure our feet are no wider than hip width apart, yogis. Have your palms facing forwards. Relax and roll the shoulders. Now we're privileged enough here to be able to look towards one of those lovely treetops. Find a tree that catches your eye. Let that become your focus friend for 5 slow breaths. Standing, do you know what they say in yoga? They say how we stand can affect our mood, our posture, and even the way we think. We've all seen people hunched over walking along, you know, often little old men and women, and maybe not so little old men and women. You know, so just think upright. Think height, upright in mind and body, yogis. Gaze ahead and take 3 quiet breaths here. Simply stand and breathe. Just quietly gazing ahead, find something outside of that window to focus on if you can, and at home as well, yogis. Spread the toes wide, form the foundation. Now we're going to play with this pose here. From firm feet, let's just sway backwards and forwards gently. Keep the feet where they are. You're going to move from strong roots, as if you're swaying like the very trees outside, backwards and forwards gently. But your roots are strong, your feet are strong. Trust your body to know exactly how far to go. And then start going gently, swaying from side to side. Moving from firm roots. Breathing deeply. That's it. Excellent. Now can you move in a circle? Very small little circle. And move from the legs rather from the waist. It doesn't really matter. You're still moving from these firm roots. Brilliant. Go in the opposite direction of that circle. Let your feet be your foundation. You're strong here, rooting into the earth. Don't forget to breathe, and then come to stillness. Brilliant. And then turning back to me. Now, in that nice place of quietening that you just achieved, which was fantastic, we're in a good place to try a balance. And we can try this at home, holding onto the kitchen sink. Have a go at home. But we're going to try it freestyle. We're going to take our left foot forward, turn our right foot slightly behind. And again, just a little gap between the feet, nothing too much. There's a strong chance that our hips might be twisted, so take your hands to your hips. Have the hips square to the front. And all I want you to do tonight is bend this front knee, come up onto the ball of the back foot, and stay there. Really anchor down those front toes, particularly the big toe. And if you felt you could go further, tipping forward, so you stack all the way into the left leg now, tipping forwards, and just see if it's possible to take that foot off the floor. Point the toes down towards the floor, look down, breathe and hold, just for a moment if you can. Well done. Don't forget to breathe. And for those that want to go a little further, take the arms out to the side in what we call flying bird. Breathe and hold, yogis. As soon as your leg gets heavy and tired, just bring the legs and feet together and relax the arms. Well done. Excellent. Have a go on the other side. This is all nice to do at home. So what I do at home, yogis, is I just practice, hold on to a wall at home while the kettle's boiling, and I just practice one foot and then the other. Notice I don't raise the leg particularly high. That's not what it's about.
It's about building strength and stamina. And balance is a very good for our memory. So as we get older, it's brilliant. And a lot of the over 70s that I teach, we do this with holding onto the back of the chair as well. So let's try the other side. So left foot or right foot forward, should I say. And notice I've got my back foot just turned out slightly, hands to our hips, make sure those hips are facing forwards. We deliberately bring the weight onto the front leg by just coming up onto the ball of the back foot. And my advice to you, yogis, or a useful tip is look along the floor ahead of your body. Find a focal point. In this room, we've got all these patterns on the floor. But find a pattern and let that be your focal point. As you tip forwards, you can engage the tummy, pull it in, lift and raise the back foot if you can, point the toes with the raised foot down, and then add the arms, flying vertically, look down, hold and breathe. For one breath or longer if you can, but please don't strain. Well done. Don't forget to breathe. There you are, you're both in a balance. Well done. Exhale and release. Well done. Shake it out. Easy?
Easier on that side.
Yes, and I was about to say, you may notice that at home as well, yogis, that one side is easier than the other. Well, we're not going to leave it there because you did really well. Let's reverse that now. Let's go back to the first leg. Now, again, with low back pain, we don't want to lean back in this pose because the tendency is, but we're going to have a go. So we go back to the first leg. Is that the left leg? Yes. So left leg is the leg that's, again, standing. You see, I've just come up onto the ball of the front foot. And you can stay there today. Feel your way. Hands on our hips. And then I want you to see if you can raise that foot and flex the toes this time towards you. Look along the floor, simply hold and breathe. And if you felt you could today, raise the arms into what I call the cactus and squeeze the shoulder blades together, palms facing forwards. And this is a variation of our tree pose. Lovely. You don't have to hold long again. Try and keep the spine tall, look along the floor. As soon as you're ready to release, exhale and relax. Well done. And sometimes people find that easy. And again, that's one we can do by the wall at home, practice. Have a go on the other side for me. Okay, so weight goes into the opposite leg now. Hands on the hips to steady us. And again, what's quite nice, if you find it a little bit tricky, you can take the foot off the floor, put it back down. Off the floor, put it back. These are bite-sized chunks I want you to do. So nothing is too arduous. Just have a go. And then we can have the arms. We're on a cactus shape, I call this. We squeeze the shoulder blades together, we look forwards, and we get this lovely lift in the chest. Standing leg is strong like those trees outside, rooting into the earth. Don't forget to breathe. Well done. Breathe and hold, and yeah, wobbling is normal. When you're ready to release, well done. Exhale. Fantastic effort, well done. Shake it out, yogis. We're going to reverse now, but last week we did a pose that was a flow, and I want us to do a flow tonight as well if we can. So can I ask you to go wide on your mat sideways? Bearing in mind, if your hips are a little tight, don't go too wide as you comfortably can now. Just take a moment, and people at home as well, please, make sure that your toes and ankles are all facing in the same direction, and that's forwards tonight. Okay, we're only as wide as we want to be. We're going to turn that left foot out 90 degrees, and you turn the right foot in slightly, okay? So the left foot 90 degrees out, right foot in slightly. I want you to bend this left knee, but so that you can still see the tops of your left toes. So just don't stack all the weight there. Make sure you can see the tops of the left toes, yogis, and that knee is tracking forwards. Now we've got the legs right, let's have the arms. Arms come to shoulder height. Let's have a quick look together. Make sure they both start, shoulder height. And we're going to do a flow. Your point of focus is to gaze towards the left middle finger. That's where I want you to look towards, your left long finger. Hold that for a breath in. This is known as warrior two pose, and a breath out. Now we're going to turn this into an intense side stretch. So very gently bend your left elbow and rest your forearm on your left arm. And raise the right arm as if you're trying to pin it towards your ear with the right palm facing down towards you. Hold and breathe for a breath in and out. And then gently come back into warrior two. Hold for a breath in, gaze towards the long finger on the left hand. And then the fourth part of this pose is the right hand rests on the back of the right thigh. Turn the left palm uppermost and scoop, like it was a scoop, scoop it up and come gently up and back, and you get this delicious stretch on the left side. But watch your low back. Offer the pose up to yourself or whoever you'd like to tonight. Breathe in, lovely, breathe out, and we go back into the flow. Warrior two again, arms to shoulder height, gaze towards the middle finger of the left hand, breathe in, soft steady gaze, breathe out. Intense side stretch. Left hand goes to left thigh, right arm comes over again. We just repeat this a couple of times. Make sure you're not overstraining. Lovely. Inhale. Exhale. Come back into the warrior. Gaze towards the left long finger again. For a breath in and out. Lovely. And finally again, right hand goes to the right thigh, back of the thigh. Deliberately left hand, we scoop it and offer it up. And you're gazing towards the inner left palm. That's lovely. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more round, yogis. Here we go. Back into warrior two. Gaze towards the left long finger for a breath in and out. This pose is said to overcome the obstacles in life. Strong warrior. We rest the left hand on the left thigh, the right arm comes over. Enjoy the stretch, but again, maintaining a nice stretch, not straining. Breathing in, breathing out, lovely. Back into warrior, gaze towards those left long finger again for a breath in and out. That's it, take your time. Right hand resting on the back of the right thigh, and once more offer the pose up. And enjoy that delicious curve-like stretch in the left side of your body. Breathing in. And as you exhale, release the hand. And we're going to do the opposite side. So let's walk, or turn rather, the left foot in and the right foot out. That's it, yogis. You did very well, by the way. Quite a strong stretch there. So we simply switch sides. We're going to bend the right knee. Let's take a moment to make sure again that knee is tracking. A, forwards, and B, we can still see the tops of our toes. And just turning the left foot in slightly. Arms to shoulder height. Just check they're both level, yogis. It takes a second. When you're happy that they are, we're going to gaze towards the right middle finger. And again, just relax the shoulders, a soft, steady gaze. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now we're going to rest the right hand on the right thigh. We bring the left arm over for the intense side stretch. We can look up or we could look down towards the floor. So the choice is yours, yogis, whichever feels more comfortable. Back into warrior two for a breath in. Gaze towards the right middle finger now, yogis. We're switching sides. We're on the right side now. And the left hand rests on the left thigh as we offer this pose up. And again, start to enjoy a gentle, deep stretch in the right side of your ribs, chest, and perhaps low back. And then go back into warrior. I'm going to do 3 more rounds. Here we go, yogis. Inhale and exhale. Gaze towards that long finger on the right hand. Over we come into the intense side stretch. Raise the left arm, right arm. Again, resting on right thigh. That's lovely. Back into warrior. Soft, steady gaze towards the long finger on the right hand now. And finally, left hand to the back of the left thigh. Let's offer the pose up to whoever we want to this evening. Enjoy the stretch. 2 more rounds, yogis. Let's go again. Back into warrior for a breath in and out. Back into our side stretch. Raise the left arm. Breathe into the left ribs. Good. Back into warrior. Breathing in. Lovely flow. This is lovely flowing warrior. And again, left hand on left thigh. Scoop it up. Be careful not to overstretch. Be mindful of your low back, yogis. Delicious stretch on the right. Last round, yogis. Let's go. Warrior for a breath in and out. That's it. No rush. Side stretch. Notice if it gets a little easier once you've done it a couple of times. Back into warrior. Soft, steady gaze towards the long finger. And finally, yogis, left hand to the back of the left thigh. Inhale, scoop up. Enjoy the stretch. But again, make sure you're not overstretching. And when you're ready to exhale, release down. Walk the feet in. Shake it out. Nicely done. Look at that, it's 9 o'clock already. Okay, I would like us to come down and do a couple of poses on our mat. So come down, yogis. Let's make you a little tired. And this is called the east-west flow. Just lift your buttocks and peel away the flesh so you're very much on the sit bones. Legs extended. And again, just be careful of low back. This is very good for our postural alignment and great for neck and back strength. So we're going to inhale and raise our arms, palms facing, and look forwards. We want to kind of maintain this lovely L shape. Now bearing in mind if you've got low back pain, as you exhale and come forwards, be very careful not to overstretch. We look down. And I want you to think about lengthening from here, the crown of the head, coming forwards. Can you feel that? You okay? Yeah, just don't come too far. We're going to inhale, come all the way up. Now we're going to work our arms. We're going to take them behind, fingers facing inwards. And I want you to have a go at this. Don't feel you can't do it. Lift up into a plank, push the toes down and come down. Ready? Here we go. Have a little go. Lifting my breath. Yeah, you did it. Well done. A little lift. Yes. Well done. And we go again. East, west. Inhale, lengthen. Now again, low back pain, calm down, but don't come too far. Watch the low back. Inhale carefully all the way up again. Exhale, hands go behind us. Inhale, push the toes down and lift up, but don't drop the head. Good. Exhale, you come down. Okay, so it's only there for a moment, but really builds the strength. One more. Inhale and lengthen. Look forwards again. Low back pain, don't come too far. You may just want to stay here. Only come further down, lengthen from the crown of the head. Can you feel your hamstrings working? That's brilliant. Inhale, lengthen up. Hands go back again. Fingers in. Here we go. Exhale, coming up. Well done. And release. Can we do one more? Of course we can. Last one. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale forwards. Inhale coming up. And behind again. Fingers turned in. Here we go. Just one breath in. Point the toes down. Lovely. Exhale. Excellent. Well done. You see, you did more than you think. Well done at home as well. Shake it out, yogis. Now, I said there was just one more kneeling pose, and I meant what I said, and we're going to do a couple of prayer sweeps. Prayer sweeps. So we come onto a folded blanket again, kneeling. We'll grab some water if you need to, yogis. And this works your obliques. We're just going to work our tummy, which in turn strengthens here. Again, if you've got low back pain, don't go too far back, but the first pose is going to work here, what we call quadricep muscles. And our thigh muscles can often be a little bit weak, which can weaken the back. And also great if you like cycling, walking, running, just a really good strengthener here. So bring the knees together for me, yogis, and bring your hands into the prayer position. Let's take a breath space here. Let's just gaze ahead and enjoy a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Remind ourselves to breathe. Now, very gently, and again, be mindful of your back. All I want you to do is inhale, lean slightly back, tiny bit. Exhale, come forwards. Inhale, just lean slightly back. Can you feel that on the thighs yet? Exhale, come forwards. Don't hardly, we're not moving at all, really. Just a tiny little movement back. and forwards. Okay, 3 more. Inhale. That's it. Anybody feel it there, yeah? Exhale, you can go further back if you want to. Inhale, lean a bit further back. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, working the quadricep muscles, the thigh muscles. Exhale. Just the last one. Again, take care. Don't go too far back if your back hurts. Lovely. And release. Lovely. Now the prayer suite, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to inhale. We're working here. Watch the low back. Open up my arms and I lean slightly back again and gaze towards the right thumb. I exhale, I come back. I inhale, prayer sweep. Notice I'm not leaning back very far, my back doesn't want to. Gaze towards that left arm. And I come back, okay? So you're working this, strengthening here. Have a go, watch your low back, okay? Here we go. Breathing in. Prayer sweep to the right. A little bit leaning back, gaze towards the back thumb. Beautiful. Exhale, come back. Lovely. And again. Inhale, gaze towards the left thumb, just slightly leaning back. Exhale, come back. And we do 8 rounds. It's 4 on each side. Inhale, press sweep, arms to shoulder height. Again, don't over twist. Just looking somewhere over towards that thumb. That's it. Exhale back. Inhale, press sweep to the opposite side, turning the head, leaning back slightly. Anybody feel it on their obliques yet? Or no tomorrow morning? Again, inhale, lean back a little bit. That's it. Exhale, come back to prayer. Inhale to the other side. You may find one side easier to twist to, but take care. Exhale back. Lovely. Once more to each side if you can. Inhale, open. Keep those arms at shoulder height. Lovely. Exhale back. Once more to the left and we're done. Lovely press sweep. Inhale. And exhale. Now, let's sit back if we can. Hands to the prayer position. Quietly take a breath space. Breathing in. Well done. Breathing out. And release. Very nice. Now, you'll be pleased to know, no more of those, but we're going to go on our backs and we're going to just draw our knees in and just rock again, just to release your back before we move into the next pose, okay? So just hug your knees in, rock gently, just release your back after those poses. We're going to end with a nice final twist now. That's it, just hugging the knees in. And again, give yourself a big internal hug and just loosening some of that hardness in that low back, softening and dissolving some of that tightness there. Well done. Well, we'll have a go at a little twist. And again, if you find this a bit strong, yogis, by all means stop. But think about the width of your yoga mat now and bring your feet so that both of your feet are right on the edge of the mat, so we're quite wide, knees wide. Now, let's remove all my gubbins here. I seem to have spread myself. So, first of all, we're going to just gently lower both knees, keeping the knees wide over to your right, so the knees come down in this wide-legged twist. Now, I want you to bend your elbows on the floor and come into that cactus shape again, so your palms are facing the ceiling. So we get this opening in the chest. Now you can turn your head to the left or the right, or continue to look towards the ceiling. Hold that for another breath, in and out. Doesn't matter if the knees aren't touching the floor. Now we're going to inhale, bring the knees all the way up to the center. We're going to exhale and lower them, keeping them as wide apart as your mat, over to the other side. You can turn the head left or right, or look towards the ceiling. Again, enjoy a deep breath in, deep breath out here, and we keep going. Raise the knees up again. This time, exhale and lower them down to the right. And then when you're ready to inhale, bring them back up to the center, and exhale, lower them down to the left. And just keep going from side to side. Flow with your breath, yogis. Exhale, lower both knees down to one side. Inhale, bring them both back to the center. Exhale, lower them down to the other side. And keep, if you can, your hands in the cactus shape, palms facing the ceiling, elbows bent, resting on the floor. Just moving to the rhythm of your breath, side to side. If your low back doesn't like the twist, do please stop if you need to. Keep those knees bent, that's it. Exhale one more time down to either left or right. Then inhale, bring them back to the center. And gently exhale them over to the other side. And then bring them all the way up to the center. Let's hug them in again. Now this time, yogis, just to end with, we're going to bend the knees, okay? Have the soles of the feet facing the ceiling. If you can grab hold of the feet, brilliant. If you can't, hold on to the ankles. Bend your knees and bring them, draw them into your chest. This is called the gurgling happy baby pose. And rock from side to side. This is a delicious massage for your kidneys and your low back. If you can hold on to the feet or ankles, brilliant. Rock. It's just a really playful pose. It's often known as the happy baby bear pose. Baby bears do this apparently, and they're really content. And then let's go mad. Let's just jiggle and wiggle. This is called the flying blue bottle. Just a little wiggle and jiggle. That's it. Go and shake it out. It feels really nice. Shake the arms, shake the legs. That's it. Release any tension, and then hug your knees in. Well done. Now we're going to go into a relaxation, and the relaxation I've got for you tonight is called Calm Mind. And it's a way of bringing all the energy out of the head and pushing it down into the body, so the energy doesn't just stay in the head. And it's very relaxing. So if you're happy to now, I'm going to turn the lights out. You're going to get relaxed and put your layers on if you've got a fleece. If you're all warm enough, just lie down. Let's get these lights off. There we go. So make sure that you're comfortable for the next 5 minutes, yogis, as we go into relaxation. Perhaps making sure your chin is tucked in towards your throat. Keep the knees bent if that's more comfortable for your lower back. And just have your palms facing the ceiling. This helps to just drop the tension away from the shoulders and also open the shoulders. Closing the eyes now. Just allow your breath a moment to settle as we tune into and go into our relaxation pose. And this is the final part of our practice, relaxation. So I said this was called the quiet mind relaxation. It's also known as peaceful mind. And particularly if you've had a stressful day or a busy day, you've had a lot on this week, you can take the busyness out of the head, and in a few minutes we can feel quite peaceful. So as you lie down, yogis, let's first of all just think about our breath. Let it settle and relax here. And just take 1 or 2 resting breaths. Allowing our body to be quiet and still once more. No more yoga. This is rest time. So, the next breath that you take in, I want you to inhale into your head. Breathe into your head. And as you exhale, exhale out from your chest. So we inhale up into the head and we exhale into the chest. We intend to move the energy from the head and take it down into the body. So we're going to take 5 deep breaths here, yogis. Inhale, breathing into the head. And as you exhale, exhaling out through your chest. Take 5 slow breaths, shifting the energy from the head and taking it slightly lower down into your body, into your chest. 5 slow breaths, breathing into the head and out through your chest. Slow, even breaths in your own time. And then, yogis, we're going to shift the awareness and start to breathe in and out now from the chest. Starting to breathe in to the chest. And as we exhale out through our lower back and kidneys. So this time, shifting the energy, and we're going to inhale into the chest. And as we exhale, exhaling out through your low back and your kidneys. And as you breathe out from your low back and kidneys, breathing away some of that hardness and tightness, allowing the breath to be absorbed into your low back and kidneys. So shifting the focus now, inhaling into the chest and exhaling into your low back and kidneys. And again, enjoying 5 slow breaths here in your own time. And when you exhale, softening the kidneys, softening the low back, and just helping to dissolve some of the hardness, the tightness in the low back as you breathe out. 5 breaths, yogis, in your own time. No rush, just enjoying shifting that energy downwards from the chest into the low back and kidney area. And finally now, yogis, we're breathing into the low back and kidney area. And we're going to exhale out through the soles of your feet. So gently inhaling into the low back and kidney area, but exhaling out through the very soles of your feet. And as you exhale out through the soles of the feet become more open and transparent with each breath. Shifting awareness and focus now as we inhale into the low back and kidney area and out through the soles of your feet. And again, enjoying 5 slow, even breaths here in your own time. And finally, yogis, just noticing now the textures of your mind and comparing that to when we started. So just taking a moment now to notice the textures of your mind and comparing that to when you started. And slowly and gently now, we're going to start to think about coming out of our peaceful mind relaxation. But do take a moment now just to observe how you feel. Become aware of the surrounding area, the light, the body lying quiet and still on the mat. I'm just taking a moment to observe how you now feel. Let's begin again to make those small, tiny movements with the fingers and the toes again. Just small movements with fingers and toes. Gently and slowly waking up. Opening and stretching into fingers and toes. Little rotations of wrists and ankles. And as you make these movements again, just be mindful of how these areas now feel. Compare them to when we started. How do I now feel? And just beginning to stretch and yawn and fold, pretty much moving in whatever way your body wishes to do. As you gently and slowly wake up. Have a little yawn and a stretch into the whole body, yogis. You're coming back from the inner world, back into the outer world. Again, just check in with how you now feel. Eyes gently opening if they were closed. Give yourself a moment just to come back. And when you're ready, but only when you're ready, coming up to sitting in your own time. And we'll close our practice together. And yogis at home, we will close our practice together as well. So just come up to sitting nice and slowly. You have a long relaxation there. As you come up again, just give yourself a moment, check in with how you now feel. And join me if you wish to, and bring your hands to your heart center. And just take a moment to wish yourself and your body well. May it continue to serve you well. And may you all go well. Thank you very much. Thank you.